Welcome back to another episode of Barside Comics. My name's Matt.
My name's Elias.
My name's Adam.
And how the hell are you guys doing?
Like usual, we all have our hangover stupor in full fledge.
I am
crave
stewing in
slumber.
my own juices. I peeled myself out of bed to be here. Everyone can see my sweats and Crocs. They're the sweats that are cinched around the ankle, so they're not even like cool jogger pants.
It's very woke of you.
Woke?
Woke. You look quite woke.
Well, that's cool. I always strive to be the wokest person in Fond du Lac, and so far I'm doing a terrible, terrible job. Anyways.
I would just really like to be in bed right now. I would like to make that comment.
Well, you said
When it comes to being woke or just awake or anything
Awakened.
or anything that involves that word, I'm just gonna I'm tired.
just rather just have my eyes closed.
today,
And just
yes.
nod off a little bit. But we can't do that, at least not for the next hour or so. We've got people to entertain.
I mean, I have sunglasses on. You wouldn't be able to tell.
You know what? I was actually looking for some sunglasses because
Just see Adam in the background.
he's not even he just leans back, puts his microphone
It's
on his chest.
He looks oddly like into this conversation, but just not saying anything.
It's like you ever see like movies where people have like eyes painted on their eyelids, so
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
like they're awake, or the glasses. You know,
I like that idea.
some real prop comedy.
So obviously, since we're all hungover today, what did you guys happen to do last night that made you all piles of garbage?
Well, I'm mostly just sleep deprived. Not so much a hangover. I'm not really experiencing any hangover at all, but just the lack of sleep in general is
Why
really
do you
got
have
me
a
down.
lack of sleep?
Oh, that is a fun tale. So when it was time for me to go to bed, I didn't.
I just stayed up.
No, there was an event in Milwaukee that I went to with some friends yesterday, but it started pretty early in the morning, and we had to drive down to Milwaukee to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got done work Friday, closing the bar on Friday night,
And it's
/
just
Saturday morning.
the constant shit to do.
Yeah, I had that moment when I got done with work, left the bar after cleaning the bar.
Mhm.
I got home. It was about 6 a.m. and I was like, I could go to bed right now. I'd have to be up in like 2.5 hours anyways.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go to Quick Trip and buy a Bang energy drink and just power through it. I'm gonna go all night.
Sometimes it's almost better to do that because you get like the 2 hours of sleep. Like,
yeah, and then I feel like groggy and my body is just craving that sleep. That's like, no, go back. I need to nap again.
Every time I do that, though, I always regret it. Because the
No
times
regrets.
the times that I do, take that 2.5 hour power nap, I always feel like slightly better because I at least knew I wasn't being like woken up unknowingly that I had something to do. At least I could like plan ahead. I wasn't planning to sleep for 8 hours and then only got 2 hours.
I've been drinking. I like to call it my magic potions.
Oh, what's your magic potion?
It's just Z-Quil, maybe.
Z-Quil and LSD both counteracting each other.
Just having the craziest dreams. No, you saw me last night in rare form.
Yeah, you guys all appeared at my bartending shift.
And we when a bunch of
Sent
like
it.
30-year-olds try to send it like we were 20. Oh my god, man, fucking all day. Like I woke up, poured myself a beer, went to the farmer's market, got some crab rangoons, went to Beer Nuts, brought some beers to the laundromat, did my shit, and then
They allow you to bring beers to the laundromat?
nah.
What do you mean allowed?
It's practically
What's that word?
What I want to do is they have these tables. They have long tables. I don't want to set them up and play beer pong in there while I wait. And we go, boop.
I love it. Great idea.
But you can see like my trash bin is just full of seltzer cans, like to the brim.
All I remember from you yesterday in particular is that you would move around the bar and sit different places. Like,
Oh, was I doing that?
Every like 5 to 10 minutes, and he would leave everything he owned just where he was last
I
seen.
was like, oh yeah, where's that? Where's my wallet?
He's like, "Did I order a drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just gave you that drink. Where
And
did
it's
you put it?"
Over there.
So then he gets up, goes. I was like, "Man, you just sit back down. I'll bring you your shit."
You gotta start giving me my shit in a sippy cup.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be such a child about it. Yeah, but this weekend was pretty good. I feel like I told myself, and I keep telling myself this week, every week, is like, oh, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. And I never fucking do. At least I did a pretty good job today of just staying in bed and stewing. Apparently it's really hot out.
Yeah.
And,
It's a sweaty one out there today.
My
And
ass has officially been swamped within the first 30 seconds
this
of going
ain't
outside.
thick boy weather. This ain't thick boy weather. I'm a winter man.
There's gonna be plenty of swamp ass to be had if you're outside at all today.
Oh, that's what that smell is?
Yeah.
It smells like the Patrick Cudahy ham farm.
That's the Jameson slowly coming out of my pores.
Oh, God. That's, we used to call that bourbon chicken when you have a hangover and you're working the grill and you're just sweating out your demons.
Oh, God.
It's making bourbon chicken.
Quite the Serve
Ew.
Safe certified seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's a special the special sauce right there.
Yeah, but went to a bluegrass show. Well, here's the thing. They said it was a bluegrass show, but it was more like a jam band type deal.
Okay.
And
Isn't that like basically the same thing?
it's getting synonymous, but
Where was that at?
18 Hands.
Nice.
And that's the reason I drank so much beforehand is because I'm like, I'm not going to pay fucking $8 for a fucking. I mean, it's a good beer, but you know, I'm on a budget, homie.
They do be a bit pricey.
We pour out here. Please sponsor us if you're listening.
Yeah, if you're listening, and we know you are.
Bar Side Comics,
Shout out these seltzer brands. Please sponsor us.
Twisted Teas.
All of it.
We got
Give us money.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was a fun time. Wandered down to O'Davies, wandered down to Main Pub, and
Didn't wander down my way. I see how it is.
well, the way is the other way.
True.
It's the exact opposite way.
Come work at a cool kid bar.
Yeah, I want to be surrounded by a bunch of teeny boppers.
Well,
he'd
you see-
I'm a
rather,
man.
he'd rather have weird old people
I would.
that are grumbling at each other.
Yeah,
Because he's officially become one of those weird old people.
I have. I'm paying for it today.
Sitting on the bar.
Once I start wearing Canadian tuxedos, that's when you know it's on.
Yeah.
I can start getting leathery.
It's already gone too far.
I think
we can't stop the power.
So I didn't keep track, but I think last night during my shift I had roughly 20 shots of tequila offered to be bought for me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say I had 20 shots of tequila. I'm like, fucking.
No, offered to me. Not that like I'm not gonna be. Yeah.
And he took every single one of them.
You're just getting shitty. Anyways, well, let's start this podcast off. We'll give a little spin of the wheel, little tip of the tongue, the spin of the wheel. Hold on, I gotta. Danny criticized me for squinting too much, so oops. Let's fix this real quick. What the? Oh well. Sorry, folks. You're not going to see the wheel today. But that's okay because the wheel is not that exciting.
The wheel looks like however you want it to look.
Really, it does. It's the fact of the matter is the wheel is like the shade of greens and yellows and browns.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
It's like a piss board.
Yeah.
It's piss pee pee poo poo.
That looks like what would have been in the toilet bowl if I would have taken all 20 shots of tequila.
Thank God you only took 18.
All right,
Yeah,
let's spin this
responsibility.
motherfucking wheel. It's going forever and ever and ever.
Oh, good start. Good start.
Woo!
We're starting off with a drink.
What are you drinking over there, Maddie?
I got a nice tea, hard lemonade, 5% alcohol. I've been really into teas lately. Teas and topos.
I've
Glad
got
you're on the same page.
My casual twisted tea that I'd never
And
leave
it's a
home
peach
without.
flavor. That's
Oh,
fucking
it's
delish.
The peach is by far my favorite flavor. You do not shotgun these because they must be savory.
Man of taste.
That is correct. I got the Topo Chico hard seltzer. Rare miss on the flavor, the tangy lemon lime. It's not that it's bad. It's just kind of mid. Which for Topo Chico, they're usually pretty like on point with that shit. So
When you have here's the thing. It's not like trying. I remember when PBR made seltzers. Ooh,
Oh, God.
I had a lime one. It tasted like cinnamon for some reason.
Yeah, PBR should just really stick with.
Stay in their lane.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
They also made that American Pale Ale, which
What?
yes, it was a APA.
APBRA.
That they literally gave it out if you bought a 30 rack of regular good God's Nectar, America's Freedom in a can.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you a free 4-pack of these tall boy APAs, and I was like, "Oh, that's some cool marketing." And I think they just made a very bad mistake, and are trying to get rid of the evidence.
So we need to clear
out.
out the warehouses that
Yeah.
are taking up space.
They're like,
No.
"This wasn't worth it."
Well, here's the thing. I can't tell PBR to stay in their lane because they did branch out and make that fucking coffee.
Dude.
That is amazing.
And it has no business being that good.
The alcoholic chocolate milk.
If I could start my day every day, I mean, I could, but that'd be really sad. Really sad life.
You don't have to tell people.
I just have, they would know from the constant diarrhea. It's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'd
Again.
have to imagine after enough of those, you'd just be fucking like living in the toilet.
Dude, bathroom breaks are my favorite part about working, though.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes. It's,
boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Hell yeah.
Except now that there's construction going on and the construction workers are using our bathroom, we're clearing out of toilet paper all the time, and it's like, fuck! Put my toilet paper in here. I'm gonna
See,
poop.
It used to be my favorite time, but then so we have our own. We call it the employee lounge. So that's where you either go to cry or to take a shit. And it's on the upper deck of the restaurant, and the AC does not reach there. And recently, you fucking step foot and try to like sit down on that.
There's an
toilet.
upper deck up there?
Yeah, there's a whole second floor.
I didn't fucking know that. I
Yeah.
just walk in and I usually sit down and get a burger and a beer.
Yeah.
I'm
Because you're not an employee. You should know about our employee lounge where we go and cry.
Oh, so it's just like employees only?
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
where all of
I
our
thought it was
storage
like a
is there.
Fat Joe's type deal.
Yeah, and they stuck like this little tiny ass bathroom in the fucking furthest corner that I took my fucking thermometer up there and it was 125
That's a good weight
degrees.
loss plan. You lose fucking a good 7 pounds.
You're like sitting on the toilet and you immediately get so sweaty that you're like
Just
slipping.
sliding around. Why is this toilet so filthy?
Yes. So
This bathroom's
that-
for crying and cocaine only.
Yeah. Yeah, so now it's mainly used for other stuff than pooping.
Yep. Gotcha. Well, let's give this another wheel. We got the drink out of the way. What's it gonna be? Ray Liotta.
Not even on the wheel. He's gonna
How
come
did
back.
you get here?
All right, we got some weird news. We got some weird news right here.
What did you find for us today?
So this comes to us from, I think, like Massachusetts or New Jersey or somewhere on the East Coast.
New Hampshire, I believe.
Oh, okay. Pretty much, a distillery is fighting invasive crabs by turning them into whiskey. So we got this little guy right here. I wonder if that would be good to like, eat, of just like
The crabs?
little tiny crabs. Because like, imagine those mini muffins,
Yeah.
and how much better they are than regular muffins.
You're
'cause they're
right.
nice and mini.
You're right
mini
about that.
crabs. You know.
The
Would you have a little mini?
science
crab cracker?
behind that is cute.
A mi-
I
yeah,
swear.
mini little crab fork. So.
But obviously, they're good as a whiskey.
Well, the crab
I don't
forks are
know. It
already
doesn't
mini.
say that it's a good whiskey. They're small, they're green, they're crustaceans. And now they're in whiskey. Fucking NPR.
Yeah.
I love them. So, North America's marine ecosystem have been terrorized by these crabs for more than 200 years. A distillery is taking on the problem by using them to make green crab-flavored whiskey. Green crabs are so abundant that it's going to take a lot more than whiskey to curb the population, but some hope bringing awareness to the issue will lead in creative solutions.
I'm wondering if these crabs are like attacking into the distillery and that they're like, the normal house mouse or.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought when I saw like the invasive
They're
crab
like-
thing.
they're-
Like,
Just-
There's a guy out there with a shovel just like freaking
Smashing
backing them
crabs.
off. They're like, get away.
just smushing crabs and throwing them in the whiskey pot.
I'd imagine that's just how it started. And someone's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" And he's like, "Well,
And then-
we're just gonna have to roll with it now. We're gonna have to tell everybody we did this."
Yeah, we did it on purpose.
The first guy that tasted, he's like, wait, I think we're onto something.
There's no way someone would have tasted that and said we're onto something. I have to imagine a
Obviously they
crab
did.
flavored whiskey can't be that good.
Will Robinson, the product developer. Oh, his name's Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson, just like in the space show. Who had the idea for the project said the crabs were cleaned and prepared just like any other crab you might order at a restaurant. I think he has to say that.
yeah.
Would you ever
As
do
they
a-
show us a dirty ass,
just dirty ass
fucking-
bucket of crabs?
They're all hanging on for dear life.
People are going to hear crab whiskey, and I'd venture to say 3/4 of them are going to go, no, absolutely not, he said. But if you can get the taste, then they totally change their time for
They're tuned.
Their tune for the most part. Sorry, my eyes are garbo. First, they make a crab stock, then they distill it using a vacuum still, a glass machine that allows for precise temperature. You know what? I would drink this. I would think it would be great in a fucking bloody. You know?
Yeah,
This is already clamato, which is clam.
I drink Malort any chance I get,
Yeah.
so I can't say that this is probably any worse.
I'm curious
I
now.
promise it's not any worse than Malort. 'cause
Yeah,
I
for
have had Malort.
Clamato.
Wait, and you rim the glass with Old Bay?
Oh my God.
Mwah.
Now we're speaking.
You know,
languages.
I'm for
Let's
it.
order a bottle of this fucking.
I'm
crab
for the
whiskey
crab
now.
whiskey. Yeah, is there a
Someone
link?
sponsor us so we can afford this.
Oh, that's a
crab
cool
whiskey.
bottle. It says crab
Trappier? Crab
Trapper.
crab trapper.
I was way too fancy on that. It
Crab Trappier.
Each bottle uses about a pound. Okay, well that's nice to know. I would love to taste some of your alcoholic crab stock.
Hey, sponsor us, Crab.
Crab
Trapper.
Distillery. If you're listening, and we know you are, we could use your funding.
It's okay. We'll send you a link.
Now, here's the thing. You guys, being bartenders, one of the best parts about the job is being able to drink on the job, right?
Yeah.
Not so much when you're a bus driver. Bus driver accused of drinking on field trip arrested after liquor store visit. And this comes to us from Green Bay.
There's no way this is from anywhere outside of Wisconsin.
Coming from Green Bay, a former bus driver charged for allegedly drinking during a school trip, allegedly, faces a new charge after he allegedly bought alcohol at a liquor store in violation of his bond conditions. So not only was he not supposed to because of his job, he was on some sort of bond
Like a
conditions.
probation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if you are out on bond, you can't go to bars, have a zero sobriety, something like that.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a professional
I-
degenerate.
I
A hardened criminal like
Hardened crime.
I'm sorry, I
person.
just know things. Not like I'm a criminal or anything.
James Nelson, 70 years old, faces one misdemeanor count of operating while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor? Operating intoxicated with a passenger under 16 years old.
It's Wisconsin. Of course it's a misdemeanor.
Damn. It's okay. Just slap on the wrist and there you go. Conditions of his signature bond included no presence in taverns or liquor stores. However, Ashwaubenon Public Safety received information Nelson was frequenting a liquor store.
No, the fact that he was operating while intoxicated with, it says a passenger. He was driving a fucking field trip of school children. Like, they're just glossing over, this article just glosses over that like it's not a big deal. Like, oh yeah, he was just like, holy shit. Skip right to the fucking frequenting of the liquor store.
It's clear from
Hey,
the
Timmy.
photographs.
Hold the wheel. Got to crack new one.
So this happened July 6th, that Nelson was violating his bond conditions and intentionally failing to comply with his bond. The vehicle that was at the liquor store is registered to Nelson. Well, at least it wasn't the school bus. The debit transaction receipt comes back to Nelson. The photos, everything lines up. More pictures of Spider-Man.
Could you imagine if he pulled up in the fucking school bus though?
Well,
Gets off the bus, goes up to the counter at the liquor store and says, "Hey, I need a bottle of whiskey and I need the bathroom key. Little
What is
Timmy's
up-
got to go."
What is up with the stereotype of school bus drivers that it's like Otto from The Simpsons? Like, whoa, man.
Art imitates life, man. If you create an
Stereotypes
auto
are there
character,
for a
there'll be an
reason.
auto.
You know, we all look like school bus drivers.
What?
Like
I don't
like
know.
a magic school bus driver.
Yeah.
Damn fine school bus drivers, my
This
dude.
guy's a hippie van driver.
A misdemeanor. Oh,
Mr.
oh,
Frizzle.
this is
I'll be the
sad.
magic school bus driver.
He said Nelson was very cooperative during the interview and stated he needs help, and this will hopefully assist in that process. So I hope he gets it. Students from Green Bay Lincoln Elementary School were on a field trip to the Capitol and Zoo in Madison. Fun day. On the way home, a student discovered a leaking beer can under the driver's seat.
Ooh.
Hey, man, spicy driving. If you can do that at work, shit. and it's only going to be a misdemeanor.
I wonder how long he got away with it.
Yeah, for real. Like, how was school today, Maddie? Oh, it was great. I found a beer under the bus driver's fucking seat.
What did you bring home from school? I don't know. It rolled.
So get this. For that, Nelson faces a misdemeanor count with a fine of $350 to $1,000 and a jail time of 5 days to 6 months. Can you imagine if he got off, like he had a really good lawyer? He was like, $350 and 5 days. I had a buddy go to jail once, and I think it was for like marijuana, and he had to serve 2 days over like 2 years. So like 1 day a year for 2 years, he had to go to prison or jail or whatever. And it wasn't until like after his day was up that he learned that there was like lounges for prisoners and shit. He's like, I could have just been watching TV. I just stayed in my cell.
Well, in jail, they put you like in either general population or you have your own private population. And in jail, you don't have the freedom of like prisons do. In prisons, you don't like obviously depending on the prison.
Yeah.
But if you are like low security, it's basically just a daycare
Like
for
a daycare for
adult
just to keep an
daycare.
eye on you.
Yeah, it's like all the people.
Don't shank anyone.
All the people that just like lied on their taxes and
What a bunch of fucking Melvins.
yeah, got caught with an 8 smoking reefer in the parking lot.
I'm still just baffled at how that article just skipped over the fact that it was like children on a field trip. They kind of just like addressed it, moved on. They were really concerned about like the legality of him being at the liquor store way the fuck more. I'm still concerned about this fucking elementary school kid who's like, hey,
plenty of people fucking
Miss
bond.
Miss Teacher, I found this metal juice box and now I feel funny.
It tastes weird.
Like, what the hell, man? That's so dangerous.
And then our final story here. So it's hot as fuck right now, but it's about to be hot as fuck in the UK. Like they said in the high 30s. That's about 100 degrees ish. So, bunch of people up there fucking living in rainy bog lime towns. Fucking, they're gonna melt.
What a dumb measurement for temperature.
But this says, Showcase Cinemas offers free entry to redheads so they can hide from the heat. Record temperatures are predicted over the coming days. And, I mean, there's nothing that the title's really gonna... or the article's going to show. It's just that the fact that gingers, they don't do so well in the hot.
How ginger do you have to be?
Yeah, do they hold up like a paint card of just like a shade of
a paint swatch?
Yeah, you're pushing it. You can get in free.
If you have a slight tan, you're out of there.
What if you were a ginger but you went bald?
Okay, well, you could usually still
like here's a hat, fucking get fucked.
If you
you gotta have the.
You still have eyebrows.
A lot of ginger people don't because they're albinos. I
That's
think
true.
I think
They're
that's how
not
that
ginger
works.
then. They're albino.
With their weird.
We're talking to you, Boulay.
I mean, that's nice to do it. I mean, I remember being on deployment and being in Thailand where it's hot as fuck, and it's like I just need to get all the heat.
The movie theaters that were air conditioned was a good spot for it then. Yeah,
I fell asleep during every Transformers movie I've ever seen.
In Thailand?
Only the one in Thailand, but the rest of them, yeah, I still.
When I picture Thailand, I really don't picture movie theaters in general.
No, usually you think theaters where there's like ping pongs around and goldfish and yeah. Which I also went to those too, but no air conditioning there. That and they're not open during the day. But it's weird because Thailand, I think, is a monarchy. So when they
really?
Mm-hmm. When they start their movie, there's like this huge like brouhaha for the king. Like kind of like how you're at a sporting event and they play the national anthem. They do like "Go Thailand, we're number one and we love our king," and people are like standing up and shit and reverence. And I'm like, do I stand up? Do I sit down? I just sit down. So
I feel like that's fair. Like
usually
I don't
you
know.
kneel for a king, but this one you just got to stand up at
well,
attention.
it's just kind of like you said, kind of like a Pledge of Allegiance sort of thing at the beginning of class when you're in grade school.
Can you imagine if you had to do it at a movie though?
Yeah.
Fuck you! I paid for this.
Yeah, it's kind of wet.
Unless you're ginger.
Unless you're ginger. Exactly. I don't know, that was
Alrighty.
weird news. I hope you
That
like
is
that.
a pretty wacky headline. A positive though, good weird.
Yeah, you know what? Good weird. Well, they get like, well, imagine you can't see a movie. Just like, no, we're all packed. We're gonna lose.
We didn't realize how many gingers there were. in the
It's like when
area.
you offer an invitation just to be nice, not thinking that they're gonna accept it, but then you got to do it, and it's like, fuck. God damn.
Yeah, Theater 2's full. Theater 2 is where all the gingers.
Gosh, in reality,
they're all
it was
in there.
just like one theater, and now every other theater it has to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
They're all watching
not about
Braveheart
that.
again for the third time today.
In fact, if you come to my theater, I'm gonna make you pay double.
they're
You
only
know.
playing Leprechaun.
Oh damn! This is where we plug the YouTube and the Spotify. Do you want to do the plug this time? Put you on the spot.
So, YouTube, Spotify. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, I love you. I appreciate you. If you're listening on Spotify, I also love you and appreciate you. But you got to get over on YouTube so you can keep an eye on me and you can catch in the video where I start dozing off.
I
So,
just made a bunch of
don't forget
silly
about
faces and rude gestures with my hands, and if you're listening on Spotify, you're not going to be able to enjoy that.
And also we have the Shocker. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
our nice new decoration.
It's our new mascot, I think.
I was using that to smoke joints yesterday.
Hey,
Had a
hey,
cigarette
hey,
extended.
you mean
No.
CBD CBD cigarettes?
Whatever that thing is that was being smoked, the
Yeah.
anonymous substance.
Tobacco of the wacky kind. Elias,
So
when do we become our parents?
I had an epiphany last night after I ate some pistachios, and I was thinking I got really bad for the first time ever eating like nuts or pistachios.
Yeah.
Just had absolutely terrible gas, and it was like abrupt. It's kept me from sleeping. And you know who else has terrible gas after eating nuts? My mother. And I was like, please, don't tell me that I'm also cursed with this terrible gut-wrenching ache of one of my favorite foods.
Of just eating pistachios
Yes.
makes you farty?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've lived 24 years never having this problem. And now I'm like, this is where my body turns. This is when I deep dived into my own, social or subconscious mind, wondering on how many other things that happen to me also I get from my parents. I realized I start taking naps throughout the day in small periods to really get the full, most effective time periods, and that's my father. I hate that I do that.
Are you
but
a couch napper or do you got to go to the bed?
It doesn't matter where I am, but it's just small periods to get like the most.
It's like a little tiny cat nap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
And then I never realized that. And then my mom brought in, and she's always chilling and watching movies, but she always needs to, have kind of something else going on.
Yeah. Some
In
background
front of
noise.
No, like in front of her, like she knits and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And I see myself watching movies, and I'm on my phone searching up, or we were actually watching a movie last night, and I'm searching up why do people get gassy after eating certain foods. And then that's a double hitter between her and my father, that I'm learning this information and read way too much about it to just like break it down for you. Your stomach.
WebMD says you should be dead already.
Yeah. It's like your stomach's being a little bitch, and it's not gonna stop being a bitch when you eat these
I
certain
eat too
foods.
many pistachios, and now my tummy is having a rumbly.
And then,
Yet he's fine with Malort.
Yeah.
but then
Explain that.
I tried like putting out a specific timeline
Yeah.
of like when we slowly hit that age where we're becoming our parents. And I was looking through our group chat, and let me read you. So my brother went out and asked the family group chat, what is like the best way for thawing meat? Is it okay if you put it out on like
Like a plate on the counter or
yeah,
something
play
like
it
that.
on the counter, like do it in the fridge or like running cold water over it. And I was like, I thaw my meat on the counter. I have no problem with that. I usually just like maybe put some saran wrap so bugs and shit don't get on it.
Yeah.
But then out of the blue, my dad, who we've already like finished the conversation, putting your food on the counter is fine.
Yeah.
My dad is like, you guys want to know where I thaw my meat? And that's a fucking red flag.
He's already prefacing the thing he's gonna say.
I said no.
No.
And he's like, but you guys were there. Laughy emoji. And just never comes back into the conversation whatsoever. And we're just oshed that he just wanted that one-liner. And I feel like we become our parents when they become us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I'm becoming the fucking person that had to deal with two dickhead kids. And it's just like...
Those two
trying
dickhead
it
kids
And
are
that's
your
the
parents.
thing. Now that you're all grown,
And now they're going to be those dickhead kids that say dumb shit like I did back in the day.
It all comes full circle.
Well-
And that's my epiphany.
well, that's nice. I want to say
Shout out mom and dad.
I mean, when
Love ya.
shout out mom and dad, and if you're listening to me, know you are. Like, comment, and subscribe. But, I want to say, like, definitely in my late 20s, I definitely, like, I mean, once I went bald and grew a beard, I'm like, I look like my dad now, which you have to be careful what you wish for. Because I remember my mom was cutting my haircut, and I'm like, I want a haircut like dad's. And he had, like, the horseshoe shit going on. And fucking A. Fucking A.
You manifested it to yourself.
But, like,
I wish you tried as a kid.
definitely in your late 20s, you just kind of start to mellow out a little bit. But it's at least you get, like, humor from your family. I just get worrying from my mom. I worry too much, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I got that from my mother. I don't know what I get from my dad because he left for a pack of cigarettes when I was 15.
Maybe you'll get that
Bald-headed
pack of
beard.
Maybe you will get that pack of cigarettes one day.
Yeah, once you become famous, he's gonna stroll
Yeah.
back in. Hey, got that pack of cigarettes? I can't wait for you to become your father.
Yeah, your
Oh,
dad
wait.
seemed cool.
Do you think that process hasn't already begun?
I can see it happening. That's why I got you a NASCAR quick trip hat.
That was pretty
Today.
slick, actually. I didn't even make that connection.
Oh, really?
I was
Why
just like,
not?
thanks for this random gift.
Quick Trip is making NASCAR hats?
Yes, I saw it as I was in a drunken stupor last night.
Do they sponsor like a driver or something?
I didn't ask these questions. I was too focused on wondering why I'm gassy from pistachios.
We'll find out.
But I was like, man, I wish I had a quick trip hat, but I really wish it wasn't NASCAR. And then I dinged. I'm like, I know someone who likes NASCAR. My buddy Adam. And he's slowly becoming like his father.
Do I like NASCAR?
It
You
seems
will.
like, yeah, you will now.
I guess
Actually,
I do.
one
My father really likes NASCAR.
You have a
Would I
favorite
visit him?
driver.
One thing.
I do have a favorite
Who's
driver.
your favorite driver?
Joey Logano. And I don't really know like how good or bad he does or is doing.
Yeah.
I just know that my dad and his friends all really like NASCAR, and they fucking hate Joey Logano with a passion. So he's my favorite driver.
Fucking Joey Logano.
Anarchy!
He's apparently the NASCAR villain. He's the boogeyman of NASCAR. So that's gonna be my
here's
driver.
how you can get into NASCAR, and this is what I do whenever my sister's bartending and I'm over there. NASCAR is a Sunday thing, and every time that there's a caution, meaning like there's a wheel on the field or a crash happened. Or
Oh, he already knows.
fucking for the listeners, For the listeners.
For the listeners, Eli, come on.
That's shot time. So
Yes.
caution shots. And you can get pretty fucked up, and it definitely makes the other 300 laps bearable to watch.
Yep, my dad's got a rule where if you're a driver that you're like assigned to or like that you picked, if they're involved in the crash, you are the one pouring the caution shots for like his house parties and stuff.
Well,
They got a whole light that goes off and shit.
wee, 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 like
Yeah, he goes all out for his NASCAR parties.
it's
but,
like the lunk alarm at the Planet Fitness.
right, but that's back to the topic of when do we become our parents? The thematic ties for the party to like the NASCAR game and or the NASCAR race and stuff like that. All my house parties have very similar like random shenanigans
Themes.
going
Yeah.
on and
What
stuff like
if,
that.
What if your dad didn't like NASCAR at first? What if
Drink.
I'm out. I need to go get more beer. Can you hand me a topo? So I don't have to get up.
Can.
Thank you.
Give him not the lemon lime one.
I had the margarita ones. They're fantastic.
That
See,
one's fantastic. Yeah.
The thing I grabbed was a lemon lime one.
Knock it off, Eli. Just said not to.
But what if he didn't like NASCAR at first? He just used it as an excuse to throw parties, and now that synapse clicked, and it's like, if we're having NASCAR, we're having parties. So ipso facto, vis-a-vis.
I'm pretty confident
Party
that's how it
time.
happened. I would not put it past him to be like that's how it happened. Now he's a NASCAR fan because that was the source of the party. But I also got the prankster nature from that side as well, as Eli has witnessed plenty of times.
It's awful.
Well, Eli didn't even realize until last night that the word orange was invented so that there could be a word that rhymes with door hinge.
That's not real.
Nope, it's accurate. Ask Eli.
How drunk was I last night?
He-
Because
he-
I listened to Eminem. He taught me that at a young age.
Nothing rhymes with orange.
Don't hinge. Your mom's binge. Got a twinge.
I refuse to believe that. You know what? Orange is only one of the few fruits that live up to its name, like passion fruit, dragon fruit, fucking muskmelon. And no, orange.
Don't forget about blueberry. It is blue and a berry.
I do believe oranges are orange though, so they do live up to their name.
Exactly. I think it's funny that orange, the fruit, was an orange before the color was called orange.
Yep. But the door hinges were well before the oranges, though.
Yeah.
That's what I want to establish, is that the oranges came after.
I
And
don't-
they're like, we're going to call this an orange.
Well, here's
So that
the
we can rhyme
thing.
with
This
If
is
you
coming from the guy that
someone,
gave us a shitty ass little chickpea chip as the first interaction I had with him.
that was
today.
actually the same interaction I had with him today. You come in and like,
Eli
"Yeah,
got
try
into my
this."
car. I was like, here, man, try this snack.
He's like, "Oh, dude, you should try these." I'm like, "Oh, cool." It's just like the most terrible Cheeto
Wait, is the
I've
empty bag?
ever had.
Grab the empty bag out of the garbage quick.
No, because these are gonna be the fucking guys that end up sponsoring us. And I don't
Hippie
want-
chips.
I wouldn't mind it. They're not the worst.
They are hippies. They're called
Oh,
hippies. Organic.
hippies.
Yeah, organic chickpea snacks.
It's like a puffed Cheeto,
How much was it?
but healthier. It was free. It was a gift.
Oh, okay.
It was like part of the gift bag when I went to the event in Milwaukee yesterday.
Okay.
You know, more bullshit that they're just trying to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I liked, as far as a chickpea product, I liked that.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Have you
it was
ever
gonna
had
be-
hummus?
hummus? Is great. Hummus is fantastic. In fact, if you dip those in your hummus,
You're probably winning.
but that had a really good crunch to it. I was expecting it to be softer, a bit more flaccid, like regular Cheeto Puffs are, because I'm a crunchy Cheeto guy.
Same.
Not a big Puffs guy. But if you've ever had the garbanzo pasta, it just doesn't have the same texture as regular fucking noodles.
True. Yeah, that stuff is not. I'm not.
And
a fan
it's
of
like 5 times as expensive because you're making pasta out of fucking chickpeas. Boo.
I disagree with it. I don't want this thing to carry on any
Well,
further
maybe
in
it won't
society.
make you farted and bloaty.
See,
No,
exactly.
I don't know
Sounds
yet.
like you're in the market for a new snack.
It's
Either
the-
that or you're just going to carry Beano on you all the time.
Yeah. So instead of
Beano?
being
What the
offered
hell
a
is
snack,
that?
Beano's like a little dropper medicine. Fucking-
What?
Yeah, and it makes you less
Mom,
gassy.
you hearing this? We could not get the farts every time we eat nuts.
You no longer need to suffer. There has to be a better way.
Right? It's probably full of chemicals.
How
and,
many
like,
nuts do you have to eat before you get farty? Like,
So I only had maybe like 10 pistachios. And that's me holding myself back because
Yeah.
I only bought the little tiny bag, which was mostly air, and fucking cost me like $3 for this little fucking tiny bag.
Drink.
I want to make a supercut where it's all over episodes and it's just me burping for like 5 minutes straight.
It's your burp, my laugh, Adam whenever he says something dumb.
Eli Conley.
Oh, burn!
Drink.
Exactly my point.
Anyways, let's spin this wheel.
Drink!
We got another drinky one. Gentlemen,
Cheers, guys.
Gentlemen.
The nectar of the gods.
Which flavor did you get, Maddie?
I got the tropical mango, which is a lot better than the mango truly vodka.
Oh,
we were
yes, I could
drinking
imagine.
before. And that was just like, I mean, also is it just like hot sitting out on the table in the sunlight?
Yeah, was it actually supposed to be like spicy? Or
I don't think so.
did the UV rays?
It's supposed to be like pineapple mango, but
Ooh.
it's sun infused.
Yep.
Yeah,
The sun adds some
Got
spice.
extra vitamin D.
has the power of the sun.
Harnessing the power of the raw sun.
I actually had one of my friends, we were all like describing our jobs very poorly, and he's a welder.
Yeah.
He's like, in one hand I harness the power of the sun, in the other hand I melt one of the strongest things together. And I was like, I am a glorified therapeutic agent.
Nice.
Nah, babysit. That's what bartending
I feel
means
like
to me.
to some degree, all three of us have jobs that require babysitting.
Yeah. Spin this.
I still don't know what you do, Maddie. I think you just roam around the hospital with a cart.
Yeah, they don't even know. They don't even know that they pay me. This one's a sad one.
Inside, outside, upside down.
Livin' La Vida Nopa. I thought I was really clever for coming up with that one.
That's a good one.
Like I said, we have to do rough cuts. Are you coming up with these?
Yes, God. Just like, no, got it. So a lot of this is going to be allegedly because I'm too lazy to look up an article right now. But guys, Ricky Martin is canceled.
I mean, I'm surprised we didn't see this coming sooner because, like, Uncle Ricky sounds kind of like a creepy, touchy uncle type of name.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened. Please explain.
So Ricky Martin, Latin superstar. Oh shit.
There's recently a restraining order filed against him by a person.
Yeah, there was a restraining order. However, he faces up to 50 years in prison for statutory rape and incest because it was his nephew and domestic violence.
Ooh,
Yeah. Makes your skin crawl inside out.
No.
man. I don't think Shrek will ever be the same for me.
It never was. Ever since I saw It's All Ogre for You now, Shrek has never been the same.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
What the hell is that?
It's internet.
How have
video.
you not seen that?
Never mind. I don't
All right, we
wanna
have-
Oh yeah, he does. Mr. Cool Guy doesn't use the internet.
We have a mission for what we need to show Eli before the end of the day.
No.
But yeah, and it's I compare it to like Kevin Spacey, where it's like you can't watch a Kevin Spacey movie without like, oh, man, damn it. And now like I love playing Livin' La Vida Loca with her skin's the color mocha, her lips are cherry red, and fucking now I'm just gonna be like, damn it.
It was one of the quintessential party songs. It was like I compare it to like when R. Kelly was canceled. It's like, oh no, all the like stellar like party songs are
All the
no
bump and
longer.
grind. There is something wrong with a little bump and grind.
Oh
I'm
my
surprised it took that long with R. Kelly because people should have. You'd think that.
God. Most people were aware of it for like.
and it's like they didn't even care.
Yeah. Well, that was pre-canceling being like a big thing, I guess.
It's like I had a history teacher in high school that kind of defended Michael Jackson with all the I mean, allegedly. Nobody knows if he did or not.
Right.
But he's like, man, he's the king of pop, baby. I'm like, just because
That's
you're the
a
king
bad
of pop.
argument.
Yeah. It's like, if you are valuable enough in entertainment, if you provide enough entertainment and art, then you can diddle kids.
Yeah. Like I thought you were going to say
believe in the
defending
innocent
from
until
Proven guilty. And then it's like, allegedly.
and that if you're going to take that position in defending someone, then like that's, you know, we can agree to disagree there. That's like a fine position to take because you need some evidence. But if the argument is, yeah, he's the king of pop, baby, like what do you expect? Like I expect not diddling.
Yeah, when you say, what did you expect? It's just an allegation like that, you know, that means they more than likely did it.
Yeah.
If their fans would be like, fuck it, it's R. Kelly. Why wouldn't you pee on people?
Yeah.
If you were R. Kelly,
I'm gonna
you'd pee
piss
on
on
people.
You'd be peeing on children if you were R. Kelly, wouldn't you?
No, I don't think I would.
I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad peeing on an
But
adult.
you're not L. Car.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not R. Kelly, so you don't know how it is to be R. Kelly. Maybe you would. Probably not. Hopefully
But,
not.
I hope,
Say hopefully not.
but you know, there's one thing I love more than living La Vida Loca:
Is it spinning the wheel?
justice and spinning the wheel.
Justice.
And I hope justice is served with a nice side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Don't do that again.
That's the ASMR for the. Seltzer Fest.
Seltzer Fest. So this was how I spent most of my day on Saturday. The main reason why I got not a lot of sleep after working Friday.
Mm-hmm.
There was an event in Milwaukee called Seltzer Fest, and it was just an opportunity to try a bunch of different brands of seltzer, different flavors from different brands. It was a big event held right outside of Pfizer Forum.
Okay,
over
so
by,
it's
Deer
downtown.
District.
Deer
Yep.
District.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun event. I went down there with Nate, Emily, and Haley. Shout outs, Nate, Emily, Haley.
Shout outs.
It was a fantastic trip. I appreciate having you guys along for the
Well, if
for
you're
the
listening,
ride.
we know you are.
Yeah, so we tried out a bunch of different seltzers. There was the classic Vizzies.
Vizzes.
There's Carbless down there. There was
Carbless has been taken
Others.
off.
Carbless has.
It's like I didn't hear it at all, and then I saw like one Snapchat of it, and I'm like, everywhere. And I had
But
one.
they're like
delicious.
$6 a
Are they?
can.
Yeah,
If
they're
you
pretty
order from a
expensive
bar.
compared to the other ones.
Oh my gosh.
Why? Why
Because
are they so?
because they
trendy.
lack carbs.
I
When
mean,
you take something out of something, it costs more. This is America.
less is more.
I will say though, the Carbless is pretty high up there in the quality section.
It's pretty good. I mean, my favorite like way to kind of cut corners on like sugars and shit is just like vodka and I drink a lot of Crystal Light.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Crystal Light, and so I'm just like I can drink guilt free.
Nice.
You just add the Crystal Light straight to the vodka.
Oh no, but
Just
I should
like
try.
no water.
I should try. Just
You're
kinda
like, man, I can drink this shit on the rocks now.
it's a great idea. Thank
I
you.
think yeah, we should try that for next week. See how it works out.
You guys want to try some of my homemade tea? Nope.
I will try it with you. If that's the plan for next week, I will absolutely join you.
The way I cut out on like my sugar and like calorie intake is by not drinking Rumplemans and sticking with tequila and Jameson.
Oh goodness.
Tequila is a good go-to for shots. I'm a tequila guy myself. So.
Yeah, I remember when I was working at Slim and Chubby's, when we found out that one shot of Rumplemans is like 277 calories
What?
for
Yep.
1 ounce.
I mean, I don't drink it because I think it's awful, but
Yeah, but it's 277, and that was
God
like that was
damn.
the go-to shot for a lot of bartenders down there. Not me, because if I wanted to fucking
it's like, why are we all getting fat?
yeah, but because it had the most alcohol percentage, so you were if people bought you a shot, you were like getting, you know, their
Mhm.
money's worth. Because you know when there would be like, oh, buy you a shot, this means I don't have to tip, right? It was like, motherfucker, at least I'm
better.
gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
So then we all switched over to silver tequila. and that was a fucking downfall of the century.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Do you have like a tequila brand that you go to, or
We were bartenders. We couldn't taste the stuff. We did.
I
We did Jose Cuervo Silver.
Yikes!
I'm not a fan of the Jose, but yeah, you guys were definitely taking a lot of Jose Silver. I'm a Casamigos guy myself. I like Casamigos.
Yeah.
This is before the times of Casamigos.
Come on, guys.
This is back when Slim and Chubby's had 2 tequilas. And it
Gold
was
and
Jose
silver.
Gold and Jose Silver.
But I would like to say on the topic of tequila, Patron, overrated.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's super overrated. Patron is actually my least favorite tea. I would rather have Jose Silver.
What about that
than Patron.
shit that we had last week? Whatever it was called.
That nonsense that Ben brought.
That I bought that.
Yeah.
And half
Ben
of that went down the sink.
Yeah,
I woke
that
up the
was
next
bad.
morning and I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, bless their heart, watched that whole video and
goodness.
decided to let me know. I was like, maybe you guys were all a little too drunk during that one.
Yeah, that definitely was one. I was like, well,
Yeah, we were definitely more drunk than usual.
we sent it. We sent it hard.
Too drunk might be a bit of an exaggeration because we're doing a podcast about the service industry and
Yeah.
about serving and consuming alcohol. I feel like too drunk. There's not really a ceiling on how drunk we could be.
This show is like AA for people who want to get fucked up.
The opposite is
So not AA.
It's so opposite. And we're like the Wario of AA. Yeah, it's come get the drunk. No, I've heard that before where people are like, oh man, I'm listening to your show at work and I just want to crack a beer and drink along with you guys.
Hey, I mean, granted, but she did bring up the fucking me chasing that shitty ass tequila with a chicken thigh.
Oh yeah, chicken thigh chasers.
And she's like, you look like you're not having a good time when you did that. And I totally forgot that even happened.
I'm a firm believer that you need to suffer for your art.
Yes. Right. But I go back and I watched through and I knew when it was coming up because it was like just jokingly mentioned before. And then I think Adam like finally just like hit the straw that broke the camel's back. And I'm like, just to shut him up, I'm going to do it. And I don't think I've ever made a face like that ever again, and I hope I don't. If I do normally make faces like that, you guys should eliminate the threat and just take whatever you're giving me away.
Hey, make sure you guys watch next week because I will be taking that as a challenge. I'll be trying to find something that will make him make a worse face.
Just something awful. Just absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I fucking got back from Nam.
The Crystal Lighted vodka sounds like that might be a good start.
You know.
It's better than just vodka. Speaking of, what the hell do you have over there?
Oh, this is Union Market vodka. It's like it's in the vein of Tito's, but doesn't cost as much.
Okay.
And so I don't know what I.
By in the vein, you mean it's a vodka?
Yeah, I guess the bottle looks kind of similar.
Because that's the big distinguishing factor between most vodkas is just the shape of the bottle.
Yeah. But don't you hate when you have to buy a whole bottle of vodka just to have one Bloody Mary?
Yeah, I agree.
So I gotta find why I gotta use this vodka somehow.
Now I have to have more Bloody Marys.
And here's the thing: if you open it up, you don't drink it all at once. It goes bad, you know.
When?
Vodka goes bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
Yeah, we don't have to. Hey,
I don't think we should fact check this at all.
So,
I think
yeah.
we should blindly go and trust this.
Yeah, we need to. You need to drink your vodka pretty quick. Or
This
else it
guy
just go bad.
seems like someone that knows what he's talking about.
You seem like a person I can trust.
All right.
What was your favorite seltzer at Seltzer Fest?
My favorite seltzer by a pretty large margin. Well, I guess.
Large Marge.
Well, Carbless obviously was really fantastic, but up and coming Mighty Swell spiked seltzer.
Mighty Swell.
They gave me a little can koozie that says "Keep It Weird."
Okay.
So just aesthetically and like the vibe from the tent was just exactly what I was looking for. You can see the colors and stuff. That's me.
Pretty dope. Yeah.
But also we all agreed that it was one of the best tasting seltzers as well.
what flavor?
Fuck, I don't even know. They had like eight.
It
How
was
come they
called
don't-
weird.
How come they don't have like cotton candy flavors or bubble gum or shit like that, like candy flavoring?
Because
It's all
then
just,
it
like,
would,
fruit.
then it'd be allocated towards kids. Just remember, like when they banned Jewel pods for having
Yeah,
flavors and shit.
yeah.
I think like
They're
yeah,
like, oh, hey,
Pinnacle's still
cotton
got some-
candy.
Yummy, this tastes good.
Steal this from your parents' counter.
I think didn't Pinnacle get in trouble for that a while back when they had like
Yeah.
cotton candy and
I
like
think that was the
lollipop flavors
downfall
and
of
shit?
Hey, you
UV,
know,
like UV too.
I'm a big adult man boy, and I like cotton candy too. And I would like to get drunk and drink cotton candy.
I think they just have to like call it something different. They can still make a
schmandy.
So Adam, were they like just giving out these koozies for, just
For being a
launching
cool
them
dude?
side to side?
Yeah, so each brand had their own like had their own tent set up, obviously their own like vendor stand, and they all designed them differently. They all had some merch. Some of them had most of them just had canned koozies to give out with their brand on it, which is smart marketing, and also I get free stuff, so it's a win-win. But yeah, some of them even had not just giving away stuff. One of the tents had a game of bar dice, and you would have to play one of the vendors
Yeah.
to win your merch from them.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Okay.
yeah, there was like beer pong tables set up where you could like play to win a fanny pack or something.
What you should have done is you should have said that you worked for like Badger, like or a liquor distribution, and you're looking for like new products, so that way they give you more shit for free.
Weren't we talking about that? It's
We were talking about like a farmer's market
Yeah,
when you
walking in your chef jacket.
yeah, in a chef coat, and was like, I'm just looking for new places to buy beef from. Like, here, take all this. I'm like, sweet, I'll never call you.
Yep. Well, I definitely did mention it, like that I was kind of gonna consider talking to owners about buying some of the new like up and coming brands of seltzers, and yeah, I think this one is a pretty solid one. But in mentioning that, someone was like, yeah, oh, you are now. Well, yeah, take some of this extra merch.
You should have a business card that says, Adam Poltrock, professional beer man,
Professional beer man. Well,
professional seltzer drinker.
It's
I
gonna
don't want to
say-
be a liar. I'm not the beer connoisseur
It's
I
gonna
once
say
was.
beer
Professional
man, and
drink
then it's
boy.
It's gonna cross out beer and put seltzer.
Yeah.
I would do that. I can't really be dishonest and say I'm the beer master. I'm not a big fan of beers.
I'm here for flavored light beer. Anyways, we
Right.
have one more left, and I think I'm just going to ask Xandar a quick question here.
Let's go for it.
I thought I broke him yesterday.
What are you guys playing with Xandar a little too much?
Yeah, like I just got a little overzealous with this 30-year-old toy. Xandar, will all of our listeners like and subscribe and comment and love us wherever? And was this a good episode?
Ask one of your friends.
Hey, you guys.
Friends.
That's probably one of the best answers we could have gotten.
Friends, if you haven't liked and subscribed by now, do us a favor. The button's right down there, and these go up on random days, so you can just check your little box down there and ring the bell and leave us a nice little note and say that we look cute, because we need it. We need the compliments right now.
If you can leave a comment for suggestions of things to put on the wheel as well.
Yeah, that too. We'll talk about anything.
Yep. If we don't use your suggestion, we will at least mention it.
Yeah, because then we won't. The only reason we won't read it is because it sucks.
And we will also continue to start having more and more guests on, so you don't have to listen to us fucking ramble all
Just
the time.
all the time. What is this? Us? Our show? Oh wow, I'm so white.
The sun is definitely hitting the table in
I
an
literally have
unfortunate way.
no face. All right, well, I guess that's it for this week's episode of Barside Comics. I don't know why I did that.
Thank you guys for coming.
Barside Comics.
Ciao.
Ka-chow.
Barside Comics. Barside Comics.